Introduction. Jon "Bones" Jones is a name that resonates far beyond the octagon. Universally recognized as one of the most gifted fighters in mixed martial arts history, Jones's career has been a roller coaster of unprecedented triumphs and jaw-dropping controversies. His physical gifts, tactical brilliance, and seemingly untouchable reign at the top of the UFC's light heavyweight division have made him a legend. Yet, it is not only his athletic achievements that have left an indelible mark on the sport. Jones's career has been punctuated by moments that have forced the UFC to evolve, rethink its rules, and confront uncomfortable realities. From rulebook-altering controversies to personal scandals that rocked the MMA world, these are the 5 shocking Jon Jones moments that changed the UFC forever. Before we jump in, a quick request: if you enjoy our content, please consider subscribing. It's just one click for you, but it means the world to us. Thanks for the support. Now, let's get started. The Matt Hamill disqualification, a loss that changed the rulebook. Jon Jones's only official loss is one of the most debated results in UFC history. In December 2009, Jones faced Matt Hamill and was dominating the fight when he landed a series of illegal 12-6 elbows. Referee Steve Mazzagatti disqualified Jones, awarding Hamill the victory. This outcome was shocking not because Hamill won, but because the rule itself seemed arbitrary and outdated. The 12-6 elbow rule, which bans downward elbow strikes, came under intense scrutiny. Many fighters, analysts, and fans questioned its logic, arguing that it was inconsistently enforced and not based on clear evidence of increased danger. The controversy surrounding this fight forced athletic commissions and the UFC to re-examine their rules and officiating standards. Although the rule remains, the debate it sparked continues to influence discussions about fighter safety and regulatory consistency. Jones' loss became a symbol of how a single moment can expose flaws in the system and prompt calls for reform. Youngest champion in UFC history, redefining greatness. When Jon Jones stepped into the octagon to face Mauricio "Shogun" Rua at UFC 128 in March 2011, few could have predicted the magnitude of what was about to happen. At just 23 years old, Jones dismantled Rua to become the youngest champion in UFC history. This was more than a title win, it was the dawn of a new era. Jones's youth, combined with his extraordinary reach, creativity, and fight IQ, set a new standard for what was possible in the sport. His reign was marked by victories over a succession of former champions, each defeated in a manner that showcased Jones' versatility and dominance. This moment fundamentally shifted the sport's expectations for young fighters, proving that age was no barrier to greatness. It also brought a fresh wave of attention to the UFC, as Jones's charisma and highlight reel performances attracted both hardcore fans and mainstream audiences. His championship run redefined what it meant to be a UFC champion and inspired a new generation of athletes to dream bigger and train harder. The Daniel Cormier rivalry, fueling the UFC's most intense feud. The rivalry between Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier is arguably the most personal and intense in UFC history. Their feud transcended the octagon, spilling over into press conferences, interviews, and even a notorious physical altercation during a promotional event at the MGM Grand in 2014. This brawl resulted in fines and suspensions, but more importantly, it brought unprecedented mainstream attention to the UFC. The animosity between Jones and Cormier was palpable, and their verbal exchanges became must-see moments for fans. Their first fight, at UFC 182 in 2015, saw Jones hand Cormier his first professional loss, while their rematch at UFC 214 in 2017 ended with Jones knocking out Cormier, only for the result to be overturned due to a failed drug test. This rivalry was not just about championship belts, it was about legacy, pride, and personal redemption. The drama and intensity of their feud elevated the UFC's storytelling and marketing, proving that compelling narratives could drive the sport's popularity as much as the fights themselves. It also forced the organization to take a harder look at athlete conduct, both inside and outside the cage. Failed drug tests and suspensions, the PED scandals. No discussion of Jon Jones' impact on the UFC would be complete without addressing his repeated failed drug tests and the resulting suspensions. These incidents cast a long shadow over his career and forced the UFC to confront the issue of performance-enhancing drugs head-on. Jones first tested positive for cocaine metabolites before UFC 182, a revelation that shocked fans and damaged his public image. This was followed by more serious infractions, including positive tests for banned substances like clomiphene, letrozole, and the anabolic steroid turinabol. These violations led to multiple suspensions and the stripping of his championship titles. The aftermath was profound. The UFC partnered with the United States Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, to implement stricter, more transparent drug testing protocols. Jones's repeated violations fueled ongoing debates about fairness, legacy, and the true meaning of greatness in combat sports. The PED scandals also tainted some of the biggest rivalries and events in UFC history, particularly the Jones-Cormier saga. Ultimately, these moments forced the UFC to become a global leader in anti-doping efforts, changing the sport forever. Legal troubles and out-of-cage scandals, the dark side of stardom. Jon Jones' troubles have not been confined to the octagon. His legal issues and out-of-cage scandals have repeatedly thrust the UFC into the media spotlight for all the wrong reasons. In 2012, Jones was arrested for DUI after crashing his Bentley, an incident that raised questions about the pressures facing young superstars. The situation escalated in 2015 when Jones was involved in a hit-and-run accident in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He fled the scene, leaving behind marijuana and injuring a pregnant woman. This led to his arrest, suspension, and the stripping of his title. These incidents, along with other run-ins with the law, forced the UFC to confront the challenges of managing high-profile athletes and the responsibilities that come with promoting global superstars. The organization was compelled to implement stricter codes of conduct and disciplinary measures, recognizing that the actions of its fighters could have far-reaching consequences for the sport's reputation. Jones's legal troubles became cautionary tales, illustrating the fine line between fame and infamy and the need for accountability at the highest levels of competition. Jon Jones's career is a study in contrasts, unmatched brilliance inside the cage, and a series of controversies and scandals outside of it. Each of the moments discussed above did more than just impact Jones's personal legacy. They forced the UFC to evolve, adapt, and confront some of the most pressing issues facing the sport. From rulebook changes and new standards for greatness, to the elevation of athlete conduct and the implementation of rigorous anti-doping measures, Jones's career has left an indelible mark on the UFC. Whether celebrated as the greatest of all time or criticized for his off-the-cage missteps, Jon Jones has undeniably changed the UFC forever. His story serves as both a cautionary tale and a testament to the transformative power of sport, reminding fans and fighters alike that greatness comes not only from victory, but from the challenges and controversies that shape a legacy. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's just a tiny click for you, but it makes a massive difference for us. Thanks for supporting the channel.